Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about decimals. You have already studied about fractions. What are fractions? Yes, a fraction is a part of a whole. How do we write a fraction? Do you remember that? Yes, a fraction will have a numerator and a denominator, and they are separated by a horizontal line. Isn't that correct? Now let us learn what is meant by decimals. A decimal is another way of representing a fraction. Look at the figure. Here, a whole is being divided into 10 equal parts, and out of the 10 equal parts, one part is being shaded. So, what is the fraction representing the shaded part? It is 1 divided by 10. Isn't that correct? Yes. This 1 divided by 10 or 1 by 10 we can also be written like this. And it is read as 0.1 or 1/10. So 1 by 10 is same as that of 0.1. Similarly, we can write 2 by 10 as 0.2 or 2/10, and it means 2 out of the 10 equal parts. Similarly, we can write 3 by 10 as 0.3 or 3/10. Now look at the figure. Here a whole is being divided into 100 equal parts, and 1 out of the 100 equal parts are being shaded. So the fraction representing the shaded portion is 1 by 100. And 1 by 100 we can also be written as 0.01 or 1/100. It means 1 out of 100 equal parts. So this kind of representation of a fraction is called decimals. So now we know what are decimals. And why do we study about decimals? Let us understand it now. Suppose we are measuring the length of a pencil, and we got the measurement in a scale as shown in the figure. And how do we read it? Can you read the measurement on the scale? Here we have 1 centimeter and 8 more parts of the 1 centimeter. We know that each centimeter is divided into 10 equal parts. You can see that in your scale. So in this figure, we have 1 centimeter and 8 more parts of the other 1 centimeter. So the measurement is 1 plus 8 by 10. And we know that 8 by 10 is 0.8. So this will become 1 plus 0.8. And it is 1.8. So instead of reading 1 and 8/10, we can simply read it as 1.8. So studying about the decimals will make the reading of the measurements easier. Now let us learn how to write a decimal numeral corresponding to a given fraction. So consider the fraction 7 by 10. To write the corresponding decimal numeral for the fraction, first of all look at the denominator. In the denominator, after 1 we have how many zeros? Only 1 zeros. So we will put a decimal point after 1 digit in the numerator. In the numerator we have only one digit. So after this 1 digit on the left side we will put a decimal point. Then to see this decimal point clearly we will also write a 0. So 0.7 is the decimal numeral corresponding to the fraction 7 by 10. Consider another example, 65 divided by 100. So here in the denominator, after 1 we have 2 zeros. So we need to put the decimal point after digits in the numerator from the right side of the numerator. So here we have the numerator 65. So from the right side, after 2 digits, we will put a decimal point. Then to see this decimal point clearly, we will also write a 0. So 0.65 is the decimal numeral corresponding to the fraction 65 by 100. Now consider one more example. 237 divided by 100. Here in the denominator, after 1 we have 2 zeros. So we need to put a decimal point after 2 digits from the right side of the numerator. So in the numerator we have the numbers 2, 3 and 7. So after 2 digits from the right side we will put the decimal point. So we will put the decimal point here between 2 and 3. From the right side we will count 2 digits, then after the 2 digits we will put the decimal point. So 2.37 is the corresponding decimal numeral for the fraction 237 divided by 100. So this is how we write the decimal numeral corresponding to a given fraction.